Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So here is the video where I will complete my max luck of Kushinada and then do a monster review. So yeah, let's go ahead with that. And then, yeah, this is a very beloved character. But if you saw my videos where I compiled the JP Players' top 10 monsters, and then I also made that video of my own choices for top 10 monsters. Kushinada did not appear on either list. I can't speak for the JP Players, but there is a reason for me not putting her on there. But yeah, here it comes. Yay, max luck. Alright. Alrighty. So yeah, Kushinada. I kind of held off on using her for up until now, partly because I don't feel like I've truly unlocked a drop monster until I've made the max luck. And, you know, that's very true. That holds very true for me for extreme drop monsters. And that carried over a little bit into impossible monsters. The great thing about impossible monsters is that even at 1 luck, they're very, very strong and very usable. So I was using Kushinada up to now, but since she became a max luck now, I'm going to go whole hog and be using her all the time. And then from there, yeah, my feelings for her will probably grow, and then she'll probably enter my top 10 list. But yeah, I was also very influenced by the anime. The timing is good because, yeah, she just appeared in the anime and she was super duper cool in there. And then, yeah, very scary, so also good timing with the Halloween. And then I thought about it, and I'm a big fan of the Fatal Frame series of video games, which feature more like cursed girls that get sacrificed and get revenge on everybody. So yeah, if I tie that thread to Kushinada, then yeah, Kushinada is very, very cool. And yeah, I'll be enjoying using her from now. So I think, yeah, let's move on to her stats. And then, yeah, Kushinada is a speed type, so of course her speed is the very, very high. But then, I did say this in the video for Tsukuyomi, but Kushinada and Tsukuyomi, they have actually very high stats for speed types, and that includes their HP and attack. And then actually, if you look at you know, other speed types that have a similar very high speed, Kushinada and Tsukuyomi will have higher stats than these Hatcher monsters actually. So I'm looking at Tiny here, and Kushinada has higher speed, higher HP than Tiny. And then I'm looking at Anubis. And then Kushinada has both higher HP and attack than Anubis, so that's pretty crazy. And then also Cinderella, yeah, Kushinada has higher attack and HP than Cinderella as well. So yeah, this Kushinada is a little bit broken. Her stats are a little bit too high. I kind of attribute that to her being a very early character in the game, just like how Izanami kind of has broken stats as well. But yeah, I'm not complaining. Kushinada, very strong. And then let's see what else is on my list. Yeah, to look at her abilities, she's got the double null ability of Minesweeper and Null Damage Wall, which means she can go to lots and lots of quests. But a lot of people will take her to quests with Gravity Barriers and Warps, and that is because of her Strike Shot and Bump Combo. Those two are so powerful and so versatile that people will take her to, you know, whatever missions, whatever the gimmicks. And so to talk about her bump combo, the Plasma, very, very strong. It connects the two characters, and then as one character, you know, moves around, that string of Plasma will follow and do damage everywhere. And then if you can get it right, and then through the boss's weak point, you can do 1,000,000 damage. And that's a strike shot damage done with a bump combo, so that's very, very insane. The one thing about Plasma, though, is that it is not a lock-on or a homing bump combo. And so you can't, you know, just fire it randomly without looking at the screen. It takes a little bit of thought and then a little bit of a team building as well to get the most out of the plasma. And then for team building, I would say that Pierce characters are better, and then also characters with a very high speed. And so, like the characters that I just mentioned actually, like Tiny and Cinderella, they both have high speed, they're both Pierce types, and then they actually cover the same gimmicks, the mines and the damage walls. So those would be good partners for Kushinada in order to get the most out of her plasma. And then next we'll talk about her strike shot, which I would say is the best strike shot in the game. It's the Grand Command Strike Shot. You activate the strike shot, you shoot Kushinada in a certain direction, and then all of your team members will move in that same direction and just go all over. And so yeah, it's convenient because you don't need to hit your other characters like with a more typical strike shot, command strike shot. And then it's very versatile in how you can use it as well. You can use it to clear a field of little guys. You can use it to do concentrated damage on the boss if boss is the only character out. You can use it to grab hearts or items, since any of your characters can grab the heart. Or you can use it to move guys who are in bad position out of that bad position. So yeah, there's almost not a bad time to use the Grand Command Strike Shot. It's very, very crazy. Again though, it does rely a little bit on team building and it takes a little bit of thought beforehand, because the plasma will activate during this strike shot. And so the difference between a decent Grand Command Strike Shot and a very, very good Grand Command Strike Shot is based on how well you use the plasma. It can double the damage if you get it right. Alrighty, so I think that's what I wanted to say there. But yeah, since the bump combo and strike shot are so powerful, people will bring her to pretty much every quest but fire quests. Yeah, she is that good. And then, let's see. One thing about the kind of where the metagame is going is that there are many, many more little guys filling up the screen than there were before. And so for that reason, plasma is a little bit less useful, just because your characters will get slowed down and blocked in their movement so much, since there are so many guys around. And that kind of limits the amount of damage that the plasma can do, but it's still very strong, so yeah. Okay, and then yeah, so as I just said, Kushinada is good for, or she can go to most quests that are not fire. And then I have my list of impossible quests that she is good for. And she can go to a whole ton. If you saw my video about the path to impossibles, you know that the quickest way to get all of the impossibles unlocked is to get Kushinada first, just because she can go to so many. And so the ones that I would say that she's very well suited for are Yamato Takeru and Bishamonten, especially if you get that Kin Strength Ableberry. And then Marishten, and then Doom, that new anime impossible monster. So those four I would say Kushinada is perfectly suited for. And then there are a number of other impossible quests where Kushinada is not perfect, but she can go and then do good work there. And those are Izanagi, Daikokuten, Akala, and then later Kushinada 0, Yamato Takeru 0, and Nirai Kunai, the Water Colossal Quest. But yeah, those 6, not ideal Kushinada, but still very usable. She covers one of the gimmicks in each of those quests. Yeah. Okay, and then also in the Tower of Champions, she's good. I used her a lot for my free party runs. She's good in floors 22, 29, and 32. And then, yeah, super duper usable. Oh, and of course, she's one of the very few drop monsters that are good for Hakua. Yeah, she's got the strong bump combo, strong strike shot, which can be usable in Hakua. And so now I have the option to farm for max lux at the same time that I'm using a Hakua hunting team with a Kushinada at max lux, so very excited about that. Alrighty. And then we'll talk about the team that I use to farm. And The length of time that it took me was 363 days, or 2 days away from 1 year. So yeah, I was working weekends for a long time, and so I was just doing the overtime quests. But yeah, she picked up, especially after I got my Izanami max luck. So yeah, we got it. Alrighty, so let's head over to the fire monsters and we'll look at the teams that I used. And then first are max lucks. And then in the early time that I was farming Izanami, I used Rakshasa Evolution. And then my favorite combination of abilities for Kushinada is Pierce and No Warp. And so yeah, Rakshasa fit the bill. And then his poison bump combo helped out with the zombie loops. Shield helped a lot to prevent damage. And then his strike shot was pretty good. If I could line it up with his Kushinada's weak point, I could get 1,000,000 damage, so that was awesome. And then the other early max luck that I used was, there he is, Vendetta Evolution. And he's a great partner with Rakshasa, because we just want to position Vendetta below Kushinada and then hit him with other characters so that he can get the one-way laser into the boss. And yeah, he is a one-way laser machine. Everything he has is just to help him get that one-way laser out. So he's got very slow speed, so it's easy to position him. He's got the no warp, so he can't enter warps and get shot off in some random direction, so that helps with his positioning. He's got bump combo critical to do more damage with his bump combo. He's got a tackle strike shot so that he can stick to the bottom of the boss in order to make his positioning better as well. So yeah, Vendetta was a lot of fun to use, and yeah, I got good use out of him. But before I finished them, I actually used a couple other guys, and they were light. One is Jack here, and he's good because he addresses the gimmicks, but his his damage output is very low, so I replaced him as soon as I could. And then the same goes for Emerald Dragon here. I thought he was a little bit better than Jack. He's got higher HP and higher speed, and then a blast bump combo in order to get out more bump combos. But yeah, as soon as I finished Rakshasa and Vendetta, I got rid of Emerald Dragon too. But yeah, so the first, maybe the half of when I was farming Kushinada, I used Vendetta and Rakshasa. But after I finished Izanami here, then it was just 2 Izanamis for the rest of the way. She's really the best character probably in the game for Kushinada. And a team of 4 is maybe the top recommended team for Kushinada. And certainly so if all of them are max lucks and you're playing with 4 people. So yeah, those were the max lucks that I used. And then to talk about the Hatcher monsters next. In the beginning I used Ryoma, and he's a very good damage source in Kushinada. But as the mission progresses, no gravity barrier becomes less important, and then no warp becomes more important. So the last couple stages, it was getting more and more difficult to use Ryoma. But if you can get your positioning right with Ryoma, you can kind of thread the eye of the needle and then get in between the warps, and then hopefully get the weak point, and then you can do lots of damage in there on the last stage. Very much looking forward to his Transcendent form. Okay, and then next I used, let's see, where is he? There he is. Yeah, towards the end of my farming, I used Smobel a lot. And then he's great. He's got Pierce and No Warp, which is that combination that I love. He's got a homing bump combo, which is super strong. This was like a great damage source every turn that it came out. And then finally he's got a Meteor Strike Shot, which is great for taking down little guys, especially the Spritzers. Those guys were the bane of my existence, so I wanted to use it on them. And then I don't have it on this device, but I also used Rose Monstriker Ascension. She's another Pierce No Warp, so she was great for getting out bump combos. And then she has a speed and power up strike shot, which I could use to get 1.5 million damage pretty easily. But she also has critical, so she can get more than that if you're lucky. So yeah, those were the members that I used. And then next, let's look at max lux that are obsoleted by Kushinada. And the first one here is Jiraiya. And then, yeah, Jiraiya was super useful for me in Bishamonten. But now that I finished Kushinada, and I've also finished Bishamonten, I won't need Jiraiya anymore, so... He still looks really cool, though. And then the other null ability that I cover with Kushinada is Mines. And so that takes care of Ignite Sage here. Yeah, Sage was good and unique because he's the only bounce green Minesweeper extreme drop monster. But yeah, he's taken care of with the Kushinada max luck. And then the biggest loser here is Poltergeist here. Yeah, she's kind of outclassed in every way by Kushinada, and they cover the exact same gimmicks, and they're the same wood element, so yeah, no need to use Poltergeist anymore. But I do really like her design, and then I think she's got one of the best pieces of ball art in the game. Alrighty. So let's head on back to Kushinada. Yep, there she is. So yeah, I've been holding back a little bit up until now, but now that she's finished, and now that in my mind she's truly unlocked, I'm going to go ahead and use Kushinada to the fullest extent. And yeah, if you only made one impossible max luck, it would, I definitely recommend Kushinada. Best drop monster in the game, best max luck in the game. Alrighty, and I think that's everything I wanted to say about that. So yeah, good luck with your Kushinada max luck. Thanks for watching. Take care.